What's going on, y'all? This your man Pristine back with another video. Welcome to the full Pristine review for the HTC U11 Life. Now, I've been using this phone hard for the past 2 weeks, and I gotta tell you, this phone is a major go, especially considering the $300 price point. If you're with T-Mobile, you can get this phone for $300 right now. If you order it through Amazon or HTC's website, you're going to pay $349.99. Now, I will say that I think that this phone is worth every penny. I think $350 is still a really good buy for this particular device. But if you can get it for $50 cheaper, as I mentioned in previous videos regarding this device, why not do it that way? Excuse me. So you guys already know the order of business with the with my reviews. I try to keep this short and sweet, and let's get into it. So the first thing that I want to talk about is the specs. We've got a 5.2 inch full HD 1080p by 1920 pixel display, and it is absolutely gorgeous. You know, my personal opinion, I don't feel as though in order for a phone to have a beautiful display that it has to be quad HD or anything of that nature. 1080p to me looks totally fine, and it looks damn good on this particular device. All right. I understand, you know, people that make a big deal about OLED panels and the whites and the brighter colors being extremely bright and the darker colors being extremely dark. I get that, and there's nothing wrong with wanting to have that, but people make it seem as though, you know, 1080p panels don't look good or don't look crisp. They may not look as good or as crisp, but it's not to say that they don't look good. It's not to say that they're bad panels. All right, so the full 1080p 5.2 inch display on this panel, it's a really good looking panel. And just really quickly, look at that. You know, look at that. I mean, the blacks are black, the blue is blue, the purple is purple, you know, the white is white. I mean, the red down there indicating my two messages is red. I mean, there's no, you can clearly, there shouldn't be any reason why you couldn't clearly distinct, you know, between which color is which, or make a clear distinction between which color is which, you know. If it's a problem, then you may be a little colorblind, you know, sad to say. Now, we've got 32 gigs of onboard storage, which can be expanded up to 2 terabytes. There isn't a 2 terabyte card that exists at this moment, so it can be expanded up to 256 gigs. We've got a non-removable 2600 milliamp hour battery. We're running a Snapdragon 630 processor with 3 gigs of RAM. We've got the GPU Adreno 508, and we've got a 424 pixel density. And as I mentioned, one of the most important specs being the price, $300 at T-Mobile, $349.99, so $350 on Amazon or on the HTC website. All right, so that takes care of the specs, just to give you guys, again, another idea of what this phone possesses as far as the specs are concerned. Now, moving along to the build quality. I like the build quality. I've looked at some videos, and some people feel like, you know, the build on this particular device, they feel like it's cheap or whatnot, and they feel like that's really, you know, where HTC cut corners, because again, this is just a scaled down version of their premium U11, which is a really good device. But I do like the fact that you're still getting a lot of those premium features here on the U11 Life, and it's just a more affordable version of the U11. Now, the build, it's Corning Gorilla Glass 5, or I'm sorry, Corning Gorilla Glass on the front. It's not specified whether it's Corning Gorilla Glass, 3, 4, or 5. I couldn't find it anywhere, but it is Corning Gorilla Glass, so you've got some durable protection on the front. Still want to protect your investment. You don't want to drop it. Then on the back, we've got that beautiful sapphire blue color, as you can see me in the reflection right there. And it's made of acrylic. It's a hard acrylic that's painted over with that beautiful sapphire blue coloring. And the phone is extremely lightweight, you know, so not like its big brother, the U11, the premium version, which it's Corning Gorilla Glass 5 on the front and back, and then it's sandwiched in between. There's a piece of metal sandwiched in between the glass, and so it kind of makes the phone a little heavier. But just this being Corning Gorilla Glass on the front and acrylic on the back, which I believe that is an equivalent of plastic, the phone is very lightweight. And it feels really good. I mean, after holding something like, you definitely tell the difference between holding, a big 6-inch displayed phone or holding the Essential phone, which we already know the hardware for that, and that's just a beast. But this is extremely lightweight, but I like that, and I like that because I personally, I'm a small guy, I'm small in stature. I like to travel light. I don't like to feel as though I'm weighed down, which is one of the reasons why I don't, move around with a bunch of stuff on me besides the key essentials, being my phone, my wallet, some breath mints and my Aquaphor lip balm and my Glock on my hip. You know what I mean? Those are my key essentials. Aside from that, I'm not really moving around too much or moving around with too many things on me. So the fact that this phone is lightweight, I like that. It doesn't feel as though it's going to weigh me down in any way, shape, or form. Excuse me. Now, performance. As I mentioned, we've got a Snapdragon 630 processor with 3 gigs of RAM. Now, there is another variant. There's a variant that has 4 gigs of RAM and 64 gigs of onboard storage. I believe that particular variation of this device is not coming to the States. And so here in the States, we get the 32 gig with the 3 gig of RAM. But it works just fine. It's silky smooth. I mean, I've had absolutely no problem navigating through applications. Applications, they open up extremely snappy. The RAM management is awesome. I've tried to get this phone to slow down. Couldn't do it. So, the 630 processor, coupled with that 3 gigs of RAM, I mean, it really works really, really well. Okay. No problems whatsoever. No lag or anything. I mean, it's a very smooth experience, and I know that some people are considering this to be like a Pixel 2 alternative, which I can definitely attest to that. I can agree to that. I mean, if you don't want to spend $649 for the original Pixel 2 or the 850 for the Pixel 2 XL, and you want, something that's extremely comparable to it with really good cameras and performance, then this is your guy right here. Because you can get this for $300 if you're at T-Mobile, or $350 if you get it through Amazon or the HTC website. So this is definitely, a Pixel 2 alternative. And, you can, if you like the look of the Pixel 2, then you can just swap the launcher and put the Pixel 2 launcher on here, and there you go. You know what I'm saying? So, performance has been an absolute joy on this particular device. I can recommend it. I don't think anybody would be disappointed with this particular device. Now, moving along to the cameras. Again, I'm not really going to say much about the cameras just because I've already done a separate video. So go check that out. It's called the HTC U11 Life /the camera. And in that particular video, I go over all the camera modes and options. I give you guys a bunch of still shot images for you to take a peek at. And I also do some video recording just to give you guys some insight on what the video quality looks like, both front facing and rear facing camera. I will say that we've got a 16 megapixel selfie camera and a 16 megapixel rear facing camera. It's not a dual camera setup. We've just got the single firing speaker with the laser autofocus and an LED flash back there. But I gotta say, the cameras on this phone is an absolute beast. HTC, they cut no corners on the camera here. These cameras are just as good as the cameras that are on the big boy, which is the HTC U11, the premium version. So, like I said, they didn't really scale back too much. I mean, you take away the fact that they did away with the Gorilla Glass on the front and the back. They took away the dual speakers. There's a speaker here in the receiver, and then there's a bottom firing speaker. Well, on this device, you've just got a bottom firing speaker, which is right here in the middle, and it is extremely loud. It's very loud. I mean, so you're definitely not going to have a problem hearing, sounds from this device at all whatsoever. Okay, so that's it with the cameras. Now, battery life. I know some of you may hear 2,600 milliamps. How can it last a full day? Trust me when I tell you, this is another tried and true Snapdragon 630 processor. The battery lasts and lasts and lasts. And again, these things are all going to come down to how you use your device. Okay, but I know that for me, taking it through a 12-hour workday, I made it through the workday just fine. At the end of the night, when I was ready to lie my head down, I still had like 45% left. Now again, I consider myself to be a very moderate user. I'm not a heavy user, but even with heavy usage, I still see this phone going the distance, at least through a full day. But again, I mean, I've since I've had this device, I've had to charge it maybe once every day and a half, just because again, I talk on it, I text. I'm not on social media all the time. I'm not always on my phone looking at videos and watching movies or doing a bunch of downloading. I don't do all that stuff. You know, I put a SIM card in here just to expand my memory, mainly just to capture, you know, the photos and the videos that I take, just because when I do my edits for these videos, I take out the SIM card and I put it in my tablet or my computer, and that's where I do all my editing before I do my uploads. And so, you know, I don't do a lot of downloading on my device. I mean, so, you know, and if I do, it goes to the SD card. So, battery life, stellar. You know, so again, you know that there's some, you know, some serious battery optimizations going on with the, you know, the 630 Snapdragon processor is optimized very well for this 2600 milliamp hour battery. So you're not going to have an issue there. Again, that all depends on usage. If you're a heavy user, then you may have to charge your phone, you know, every night before you lie your head down, or you may just need to keep your charger with you, you know, if that's how you get down. Me, that ain't how I get down. So battery life for me has been absolutely stunning and stellar. No problems at all whatsoever. No problems getting through a full day. Now, additional features, you've got gestures. One of the main features that HTC continued on this particular device was the ability to squeeze the phone. And I know that that is something that was on the, you know, HTC, they introduced it first on the U11. It's something that Google recently acquired, and so you can see the squeeze feature on the Pixel 2 and the Pixel 2 XL, which I believe that it just works a little bit better, you know, on the HTC devices. But you can customize it to do a bunch of different things. But you'll see here, if I squeeze the device, then it opens up the camera. You know, I can squeeze the device to take a picture, you know. So this is the plastic case, if you're wondering, that is around this device, is called the Survivor. And I got the clear one just to show off that beautiful sapphire blue coloring. But as you can see, if I just want to take a picture really quickly, well, let me see. Just squeeze the device and you can go ahead and take a photo. You can squeeze the device to go ahead and start the camera to do video. You can squeeze the device to open up Google Now or Alexa. Amazon Alexa is implemented on this device. And there's a bunch of other things that you can customize it to do as well. All right. Now, if we go into the settings, we do have some gestures and squeezing the device that is called Edge Sense, which you can see it is right there. We do have NFC on this device, which is good as well. Let's see, wait, so display gestures and buttons off. Okay, so let me find where the gestures are just to give you guys. So here we go. So there are media gestures. Allow apps to recognize 3-finger output. Press power button twice to launch the camera, and then we've got motion gestures here. So the first one, double tap the screen to wake and double tap it to put it to sleep. Number 2, we've got swipe to unlock. So when the screen is off, pick up your phone in portrait orientation, then swipe up to unlock. Number 3 is swipe left to go home screen. When the screen is off, pick up your phone in portrait orientation, then swipe left to go to the home screen. The 4th one is swipe right to launch blink feed. So when the screen is off, pick up your phone in portrait orientation, then swipe right to launch blink feed. And I'm just reading them right off of the little tutorial that's right here. And for each one of these that you want to do, you just check the box right there. You know, if you don't want it enabled, then just don't check the box. I like that double tap to wake and double tap to sleep feature. You know, it keeps me from always having to reach over here and hit the home button. And so that's why I have that one on. So the 5th one is swipe right to launch, swipe down twice to open the camera. So when the screen is off, pick up your phone, then quickly swipe down twice to open the camera app. So those are the gestures right there. The motion gestures, you know, when the phone is ringing, you can pick it up to mute it, or you can turn it over to ignore the phone call, stuff like that. All right, so that's it for, you know, gestures, motion gestures, and touch gestures. My overall final thoughts on the HTC U11 Life here. This phone is a major go in my opinion, and I recommend it to any and everybody, and I think that any and everybody that gets their hands on this device will absolutely love it. Okay, it's a really, really good smartphone. I understand because of the price point, it's considered a budget device, but this phone is way more premium than it is budget. So you're paying a budget price for it, but you're getting more so of a premium device. Now, you know, the hardware, it may not be as trunk tight as the big brother, which is the U11, as far as the Corning Gorilla Glass all over the place, but, you know, on the front and back. But, you know, some people don't like that. You know, some people don't like that glass on the front and back, because typically if you drop your phone, then pretty much it's going to shatter unless you've got some real good protection on it. You know, like a screen protector, you know, a Tech 21 case or something like that, or a durable case, a OtterBox or something like that, or even something like this, what I've got on it. You know, it's a rubber TPU bumper, but it has like shock absorbency, you know, along the corners, you know, to withstand those drops when the phone drops on its, you know, on its edges. You want to have some real good protection on it, but, you know, this being, you know, being acrylic, you know, it's not like the whole thing is cased in glass. And so, you know, I'm a fan of the build here. You know, I like how lightweight that the phone is. You're not feeling like you're carrying around a big brick in your pocket, you know, so I'm a fan of it. So, I mean, just with the cameras, the overall performance, the features and functionality, the battery life, how lightweight the device is, this phone is a major go in all aspects. I mean, the price, there's not really anything that I dislike about this particular phone. You know, to me, everything is a go in this particular device. $300, you're getting a total package here. You're getting way more positives than you are negatives. And positives and negatives, that's all objective and subjective. Those things are matter of opinion. Like I said, I feel like this phone is a pretty flawless device. Some of you other people out there that may get your hands on these phones, you may not think of it that way. You know, you may think it's 50-50. You may think that there's more flaws than positives. You may think that there's more negatives than, or more positives than negatives. And with that, then you can rock with it. But yeah, tried and true, very battery power efficient processor. Phone is nice and smooth, excellent cameras. HTC U11 Life, y'all. Well done, HTC. Well done. That's all I got here for the Pristine review for the HTC U11 Life. You guys already know, if you like this video, smash that thumbs up button, like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. It supports the channel in a major way. I appreciate you guys to support the Pristine Tech movement here. We're going to keep this thing going. Again, make sure you share the device if you know that somebody's looking for a smartphone. If they want a good quality smartphone that's going to do everything that they needed to do, take wonderful pictures, perform really well, has decent build quality, you know what I'm saying, that can get the job done, beautiful looks, you know, this phone is definitely a head turner, then share the video and prefer this. It's not going to break the bank. Again, really good smartphone here. So you guys already know, keep it safe, keep it locked here to Pristine Tech. Much love to all my subscribers, all you haters. I love you guys too. You guys just fuel my fire to continue to do this thing, man, and it's growing. It's growing. The channel's doing really well. Thanks to all of you people out there supporting me, all my subscribers, all my old subscribers. Man, I appreciate you guys rocking with me. You know, you guys continue to look forward to videos that I'm doing, and I'm gonna keep doing this thing for y'all. All my new subscribers, welcome to the journey. Much love. I appreciate your subscription, and I hope that you get all the fulfillment and everything you're looking for out of this channel while I do my thing here. You know what I'm saying? Which is to get my hands on these devices, feed you guys with the information, and help you guys make a really informed decision on what you want to spend your money on. That's all this thing is about. It's just to help you guys out, man. You know, that's what I get a joy out of, helping people. I feel like that's my sole purpose in life. And I've always been a tech head when it comes to these mobile devices. And so I figure, you know, it's a gift that I have, and I'm sharing this thing with you guys, man. So I appreciate all the love, the support, the feedback, even the haters, man. I love all y'all, man. I ain't got no problems with nobody. You know what I'm saying? I'm a lover. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, in the meantime, you already know, man. Stay safe out here. Get spiritually fit with Christ. We're definitely living in the last days. You guys already know this. I don't have to remind you guys. I ain't trying to scare nobody. Just pick up. If you think I'm lying, pick up the book of Revelations, read it, and then look at all the grimy shit that's going on in this life, man. And that'll be a clear indicator right there that we are definitely living in the last days. Jesus is coming back, and he's coming back soon. And when he does, will you be ready? Get spiritually fit. Don't take it for granted, because tomorrow is never promised. It's never promised. All right, I'm your man Pristine. This is the HTC U11 Life. We're gonna catch you guys in the next video. Peace. I'll holler at you later.